Hey, and welcome to the stuff that you should think about. Podcast where we take the myths your grandmother told you and hold them to the light of cold, hard, slightly disappointing reality. I'm your host, and today we're tackling a classic. Yeah, the toad. Specifically, the age old warning, should I say, don't touch a toad or you'll get warts. If you grew up anywhere near a swamp, a garden, or a VHS copy of The Witches, you heard it. You touch a toad, you get a bumpy, crusty, embarrassing growth on your finger. But is it true? Does the toad hold the power to give you a skin condition just by existing in your proximity? Let's start with the anatomy of the toad. If you pick one up, for the record, the toad would really prefer you didn't. You notice those bumpy, warty looking patches on their skin. People look at those and think, aha, that's a wart. And now it's jumping on my hand. But here's the thing. Those aren't warts. They're called parotoid glands. They're actually specialized structures that secrete toxins to deter predators. They're basically the toad's way of saying, don't eat me. I taste like I'm burning. So the toad's skin is naturally bumpy, but human warts, those are caused by the human papillomavirus, or HPV. There are over 100 strains of HPV, and they are essentially species specific. The virus that gives you a wart on your hand needs a human host to replicate. It doesn't live on the amphibians. The toad is, topologically speaking, a terrible environment for a human virus. It's too cold, too moist, and frankly, the toad has enough going on with its own biology to worry about yours. So if the toad doesn't give you warts, why is the myth so persistent? Psychologists often point to something called magical thinking and patterns. Humans are wired to connect dots that aren't actually connected. Toad skin looks bumpy. Warts are bumpy. Therefore, toad equals warts. Pretty simple. Visual equation that stuck in your folklore because it's convenient. It's a convenient way to keep children from poking a wildfire. Think about it. Don't pick up a toad because he's a defensive creature and you might accidentally hurt him or trigger his toxins. It's a mouthful. Don't touch the toad. You'll get warts. It's short, scary, and effective. But before you go out and start hugging bullfrogs, a little word of caution. While you don't get warts, you can get sick. As I mentioned, those glands on a toad's back secrete toxins. If you touch those and then rub your ears or put your fingers in your mouth or go have a snack without washing your hands, you're going to have a very bad time. We're talking irritation, potential nausea, and a general sense of regret. So the verdict, the toad gives you warts, myth is officially busted. You can handle a toad, provided you're gentle. You wash your hands afterwards, and you aren't licked by the toad. But the warts, that's all on you. Or, more accurately, your own immune system's encounter with HPV. That's it for today's deep dive into amphibian dermatology. If you have a myth you'd like us to, or me, to deconstruct, send me a message and remember, think about it because you're probably wrong. See you next time.